On this podcast, Jake and I talk about how the NBA draft lottery affects Mike Conley's future with Memphis, the Atlanta Hawks' future, and the Anthony Davis trade saga. Hello everyone, welcome back to Into Sports. I'm your host Evan, joined alongside
Jake?
Jake. We're just going to talk about draft lottery on today. So, first we'd like to get to Memphis, the Grizzlies. They landed the number 2 pick.
The reports say that they are likely to draft point guard Ja Morant out of Murray State. I think the clear-cut second best prospect in this draft. But their star player on their team, Mike Conley, is also point guard. So where does that lead them?
I think it leads them to a trade in this offseason, specifically maybe Utah, Indiana, because last year they traded away Marc Gasol to jumpstart this rebuild, which gives us the question, what will happen to Mike Conley?
I think Utah and Indiana are great destinations for Conley. I think the Grizzlies really need to get something young and some pieces that will help them through their rebuild and push them towards the playoffs.
So, we might have seen the last from Mike Conley in Memphis.
A team that didn't get so lucky in the lottery was the Atlanta Hawks. Having first pick aspirations with the fifth best odds, the Hawks landed picks 8 and 10. In a top-heavy draft, I don't know how many quality prospects will fall to the Hawks and who will be helpful to their ultimate rebuilding goal. Who do you think the Hawks are looking for with their late lottery picks?
I think at picks 8 and 10, they're looking at Nasir Little, Cam Reddish, or a Jackson Hayes. Guys that aren't franchise players, but they can certainly help you as a quality role player. Moving to the top of the lottery, the New Orleans Pelicans secured the number 1 pick and the rights to draft Zion Williamson.
The Los Angeles Lakers landed at the number 4 pick despite having very low odds.
And the New York Knickerbockers, disappointed, but they do get the number 3 pick.
GM David Griffin of the New Orleans Pelicans trying to convince Anthony Davis to stay after being able to receive Zion in the draft. Do you think this presents a strong case?
I think it absolutely presents a strong case for Anthony Davis to stay, but I still think he may be traded. And here are the offers that we're going to look at. New York, they can offer pick 3, most likely RJ Barrett, and Dennis Smith Jr., Kevin Knox, Mitchell Robinson, and cap fillers, as well as a future first round or second round pick.
LA can offer Lonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma, Brandon Ingram, the 4th pick in exchange for AD, and the huge contract of Solomon Hill.
The other potential AD location would have been Boston, but I think they're out of it, as Kyrie Irving will in all likelihood leave during free agency, and it would make no sense for them to offer Tatum, Brown, and other players just to get AD to basically make the Pelicans in Boston.
The Los Angeles trade package looks more appealing, in my opinion, but I believe that the New Orleans Pelicans will take the New York offer. In the trade deadline, they showed that they were reluctant to deal Anthony Davis to LA and team him up with the King LeBron James. I think that New York offering a player like RJ Barrett, who fits Zion's timeline and already has chemistry, fits perfectly with what they're trying to do, and you get young players such as Dennis Smith Jr. and Kevin Knox, and maybe a future first to fill out the rest of your rebuild.
But the reason that they are probably going to accept the New York one over the LA package, even if the LA package is more appealing, they were reluctant to trade and talk with Los Angeles because they think it's a form of manipulation. They think that it's because they're a bigger market, and they don't want Clutch Sports to, in a sense, take over the league.
Now that David Griffin has taken over the New Orleans Pelicans, I don't think that plays as much as a factor. David Griffin is a smart man. He'll make the trade necessary if it's the best trade for the organization, and I don't think he's bent on grudges or anything of that matter. I think he'll make the right trade, but in this situation, I think that's going to be the New York trade.
In review, we are fans of the new draft lottery, and we believe it is a step in the right direction for the NBA, and it creates a lot of excitement for NBA fans and media.
As well as I think this new draft lottery will show the demise of tanking and make the NBA overall a more exciting place for the fans.
So I hope you did enjoy today's podcast. Comment, leave a like, subscribe. But anyway, I'm Evan,
I'm Jake.
and we're out. Peace.